We got a big episode going today. We got Cosmopolitans. We got Hormel Foods. We got Dinty Moore. We got viewer mail. And a lot of other shit. So Beth Elliott, get your shit together. Because I'm Joe Powell and we're cooking drunk. Today, thanks to our sponsor, Hormel Foods, who has offered us liquor in exchange for product placement, we're going to be making a shepherd's pie with Dinty Moore stew. So we've got onions, we've got some really cheap, really cheap white wine. It's Colorado wine. Again, it doesn't matter, but this is probably, you know, the hot dog of wines. We got chopped garlic, we got some shredded cheese, we got salt and pepper, we got about a half a cup of Worcestershire sauce, we got some butter, we got fresh mashed potatoes, we got a Cosmopolitan, and a lot of other stuff, so it's going to be delicious. I had a little contest on our Facebook page regarding Dinty Moore stew, which is the product we're going to use, and there was a trivia question, and the person that answered it first was Beth Elliott. I have no idea who the fuck Beth Elliott is, where she's from, why she's a fan, but we're glad that she is. And we're gonna try and use her name several times throughout the episode. So we're having our Cosmopolitan, and while we're doing that, we're sauteing up the butter, onions, garlic, the wine, and the Worcestershire along with the salt and pepper. You've all seen me saute up a bunch of shit, so I didn't feel a need to show you. But while that's happening, and incidentally, Hormel Foods, which is our sponsor and has provided us with liquor in exchange for featuring Dinty Moore, is heating up on the stove, because I'm going to heat it up a little bit and we're going to mix the other stuff in. Not that this isn't flavorful, but you know, Beth Elliott. So while that's sauteing up and heating up, because it's Hormel Foods, we're going to read some viewer mail and hopefully help a couple people out, or at least one. Dear Joe, my husband's boss arrives in half an hour, and my husband thought it would be a good idea to make his favorite dish, curried mustard pork chops. His boss likes his chops grilled. I'm sure he does. But I think we're stuck inside today on account of the rain. Can I fry them in a pan? Melanie Burstad of Easton, Pennsylvania. Melanie sounds like she's a little fussy. You know? She's probably a big girl who has a little purse. And don't get me wrong, I have a lot of big friends, I'm big. But if you're a big girl, which is perfectly fine, and you have a little purse, you look like a tyrannosaur. So, get a bag. I don't give a fuck how you prepare your curried mustard pork chops. You can fry them. You can Beth Elliott them. You can cook them in a Dutch oven. I don't give a shit. Dear Joe, I watched your latest episode upon recommendation from a friend. Frankly, I was appalled at your language and glamorization of alcohol abuse. I don't find it funny. I prefer to watch real cooking shows that I can learn something from instead of watching you degrade yourself. Margaret Castellotti, New Canaan, Connecticut. Margaret sounds like she spends a lot of time at the club, or she's probably married to somebody that is like Mr. Howell on Gilligan's Island. Good, yeah. I just want to say, Margaret, you can wish in one hand and you can shit in the other. Let's see which one gets filled up first. Okay, so we've poured our stew into the casserole dish in this pan, which reminds me of one of those before and after cleaner commercials where your toilet looks like this and then they clean it. And I'm just saying that if your toilet looks like this, you don't need a cleaner, you need a priest. Okay, so we've poured our stew into the casserole dish. We're gonna spoon our mashed potatoes over it, and we're gonna spread those around to make kind of a topping. Oh, Jesus, that doesn't look good. So we've poured the Dinty Moore stew from Hormel Foods into a casserole dish, and then we've covered it with mashed potatoes. Ever so gingerly, Beth Elliott. And we've smeared the mashed potatoes on top, and we're gonna bake it at 350 degrees for about 30 minutes. And at the 20-minute mark, we're gonna add cheese. We've added cheese to the top of the casserole. The Dinty Moore stew casserole. And we're gonna let it bake another 10 minutes. Right? Beth Elliott. We've taken that out of the oven after 30 minutes. At 20 minutes, we put on the cheese and sprinkled it over the top. And it looks good. Beth Elliott. So we've got a shepherd's pie. With our sponsor, Hormel Foods and Dinty Moore and Beth Elliott. Good. I'm Joe Powell. And we're cooking drunk.